you know the facing direction of your home, you can then plot what we call flying stars. Now, flying stars is a term that we use for numbers, and it is a term that we use for the energy that flows and flies around your home. Now, when Shelby was very small and I started talking about flying stars, she looked at me and said, "So, you mean we've got numbers in the ceiling, Mum?" And I was like, "Well, kind of. We've got numbers in every room." Now, what flying stars are? Every flying star relates to an age of a person, a part of the body, a direction, a taste, an organ, a colour, an element, an aspect. So the flying stars totally tell a story, and this is how we predict what is happening within your home, within the state, within the country, and within the world from year to year, moment to moment as well. Flying stars is the term that we use of the energy that is flying about and around us at all times. So all of your homes have their own unique flying star map, and the flying star combination that flies generally in your home is the long-term energy for a home, and it will fly for like a 20-year time period. Because flying stars fly in 20-year time periods, they fly in yearly, monthly, daily and hourly. So going back to what I was saying about the fire, when we have a poor combination of flying stars, that is when accidents, traumas and things actually happen. So we can generally predict what is going to happen. We can foretell what is going to happen, as I said, in any country around the world, in any state and within any of your homes. So the first thing that we do is take care of the negative flying stars. That gives the positive flying stars the ability and energy to actually work for you, right? You can enhance positive flying stars, but my advice is really we take care of the negative, we use the space for the positive, and then they actually get to flourish for you. So once you get home and you've got your own house plan and map in front of you, you'll be able to insert the flying stars in the direct pockets. Don't worry, there's a page on every facing direction that you can follow, and I will be going through the flying stars one by one for you. The flying star influence is really clear. As I said, we have 9 flying stars, and they all have an impact one way or another in your life. But as you can see here in these notes, we can use the flying stars to actually enhance and make a difference in our lives. So if we're wanting to bring in helpful people, we would obviously instigate a flying star 1, because the flying star 1 will actually bring helpful people into us. If we want a lot of power and recognition for this year, we would use the South, because that has the flying star 1 as well, and the South represents recognition. We can see this year the North has an illness flying star, so where we can, we would actually avoid the North. If we want to grow things and we want to improve what we're doing academically wise, well, then we would enhance the East with the flying star 4. So the flying stars are very powerful in enhancing where you're going and what you're wanting to do. So I think the first step to do before you're looking at your home is actually think about your goals. Think about what you would actually like to accomplish this year. Now, manifestation and goals is very much about truly believing in what you can actually get and what you want. I learnt long ago with manifestation, there's a technique where to manifest, we sit in a favourable direction. We can count back from 64 to 1, and then we actually ask God or the universe or whoever you believe in, I suppose, the angels, what we actually want. Now, what I find that people do wrong with manifestation is we ask for too many things. We're not clear on what we want. We're not always quite clear totally on our goals as well. It's human nature to want a lot of things, and it's also human nature, and particularly women's nature, to be able to change your mind. So the universe said, well, you asked for that yesterday, and now you want this today. I haven't provide what you want yesterday, what is it that you actually want? So flying stars will work for you in the same way. Really take this time at the beginning of the year to decide what goals you actually want, and then use your flying stars and use your home to the best of your ability to tap into that energy. So everything on the slides on the screen comes from your workbook. So when you go home and you're reading back through, all of this information is in your workbook for you. So you don't need to write a lot of notes. But yeah, I think it's very important to be clear on your goals. So obviously my goal this year is to win an election. So I'll be spending a lot of time in the south and hope that my rooster energy is strong enough to actually do that for me. So just be clear in what you actually want. Often too with energy and manifestation, the universe can't provide straight away because it's not in line with your destiny. So your destiny does come back to your 4-pillar destiny chart, which is why it's so important that we look at both levels for you. So we use flying stars and we use the energy that is around to tap into what you actually want. And your 4-pillar of destiny, or your Pachi or Bazi, depending which master you're listening to. I find it interesting, they all call it something different, it's all the same thing, 4 pillars really. That is your timeline. So your 4-pillar destiny chart gives you the ability and tells you whether what your goal and what this year's manifestation is, whether that is possible or not. Okay, so it gives you clarity. It's no longer pie in the sky. It gives you a clear picture of where you're going and what your capabilities are of what you can actually acquire.